All right, so we're going to be doing From Rivers of Nihil. Remember, don't hold me accountable for my misenunciations. This is called Subtle Change, I believe. And so let's do this. All right. Nihil. Thank you. Another one in A flat. Yep. I'm sorry guys, that bass. Listen to the bass going through this. Oh, the saturation on that guitar tone.
As you drift back to what you were before you came here.
God, loving that ride, keeping me locked in. Oh, that organ playing is brilliant. Oh, the drummer. I just want to stop really quick here. I just want to once again to emphasize the fact that when we got these vocalists who are ripping and tearing with their vocals and stuff, is part, it's part and parcel for the performance. What I've noticed that in the last few years of me catching up to these many different styles is listen to the ways that they utilize that technique to bring in more visceral, dark soul punching performance. I'm going to go back maybe about 10 seconds. Listen lower for the stereo imaging of that vocal that fried vocal, for the split off on it and how it is so low and so saturated. It's just absolutely amazeballs. Let me go back just a little bit here. my God, that drummer is crushing. I love how they do this. They give us this moment to catch our breath. I still think they're still in the same. Yeah. So hauntingly gorgeous on so many levels. I don't know if I said it well, but I like Chugs matching up with the snare on this. Big delay and reverb on that lead though. Sounds fantastic. Okay, so obviously this is a part of a longer piece. This was 8 minutes. I don't know. Double A, to answer your question, I stopped at a certain point thinking I knew what to expect after I locked and loaded onto this metal journey with the Decomposer Lounge. You know, like you guys have heard, I always stayed to my little bubble. But when I hear bands like this, it's such an incredible eye-opening experience, for ear-opening experience for me, because of the fact that, you know, you can get typecasted sonically. And what I mean by that is, I think everybody here can agree, at least on, hanging out here in the community, you listen to a band, and like Architects or anything like that, or let's go into something else. Let's say you listen to a band like this one, and they're opening up with the bone crushing, just chugs and just polyrhythmic, just madness and all that, and all of a sudden they bust into these beautiful, softer areas, and they show hints of fusion-esque outside of the scale type solo runarounds and stuff like that. You just know that beyond the sound that you might think, because they have long hair and they figured, this is what we love to do, is fit the image of the power and the metal and stuff like that. But underneath that are these subtle nuances of musical dynamics that I've mentioned before so many of these musicians have. And I guess maybe you get to a place after maybe releasing 1 or 2 or 3 album projects that might sound a little more conformed to the pop culture record company ideological thinking of how you had to release music that's 3 to 5 minutes, radio friendly, and all this sort of stuff, and a hook and all that. These bands have stepped so far out beyond it, and that to me is probably one of the more powerful things about the journey with the heavy metal that I went through on the Decomposer Lounge and music like this. Please check me if I'm wrong, but I can't right now, while I think about it, I cannot think of any pop artist or project, not even our current ones. Who's the girl? Taylor Swift. Okay, let's just for a second stand by. I know this is like, wow, Rivers of Nihil, and now Taylor Swift. What I'm saying is, they don't write projects like these. Aren't 8-minute songs for them. They don't, everything's an in and out box squeeze, sew it together, pop piece of music and stuff. And I think this is one of the only genres that I'm exposed to, at least, that have these incredible dynamic storytelling compositions and movements and sub-movements within tracks that weave these incredible, sonic journeys, if you would, that evoke theater to the mind. If you're just looking at an album, I remember the days when I'd look like at Led Zeppelin's album or something like that, or if you hear Stairway to Heaven, and the album cover is like where your imagination dream point launches when, big pieces of work come out. I don't know. This is the beauty of this kind of music, is that these musicians step way out there and they do some of the most incredible things. So excuse me. Yeah, I went way off on that. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah.